Alright. Okay.
Judge, jury, executioner!
Shadow said before the X-Men theme is playing in his head. For me, the music from the first stage of the Blade PS1 game is now playing in my head. I like the Blade sound. I like the soundtrack from the Blade PS1 game. Yeah. I mean, Blade 2, I've heard, is not very good as a game. Blade 1, critics didn't like at the time, but, like, But, yeah, from what... I've played a lot more of the PS1 game of Blade, and yeah, the performance is a little bit iffy, but the actual game itself actually is not bad. Jeff changes his name to Bruce.
Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man!
Let's see. Oh, so that's Blade's ultimate. The best way to describe it is that it's a third-person shooter. I mean, you do have your sword, and in fact, there's some enemies that, basically, it's all about, tactics and being methodical, because your health can get shredded if you're really not careful. And it's also about, recognizing what enemies are human and what enemies are vampires, because vampires, you're better fighting them with your sword, and then, but yeah, some enemies you're better fighting with your sword, and then some enemies you're better using your guns. And then you have, different ammo types for the guns. Some are, some bullets are better saved for vampires, some you should use on the human enemies. me, not... If there's a... So, the Blade PS1 game was made by the people who ported Quake 2 to the PS1. No, I mean, the PS1 port of Quake 2 was great, so... It's funny because the PS1 port of Quake 2 for a long time, it was the only way I was able to hear Quake 2's badass soundtrack. Because for nearly a decade, the PC version of Quake 2, the soundtrack didn't work. When you paid to play the PC version on Steam, there was no music unless you got a mod to make the game properly compatible with current Windows. But I mean, obviously that's fixed now with the Night Dive remaster.
I'm playing the wedding, about 3 hours away. I'm coming back and forth tomorrow.
Okay.
Mom and Alex supposed to be coming to me, right? Just take care of the kids, alright?
Mm.
Thank you. Where did we go all the time?
So, I'm trying to figure out this blade mechanic. I'm trying to figure out this blade mechanic where this vampire icon appears and you just use a sword to fill it. Yeah, I noticed that if I keep hitting people, the counter goes up. I don't know what it does. Is there something he's not telling us? Oh, so basically he's invincible as long as I keep the counter up. I'm so... I'm sorry, anytime I hear the phrase... I'm sorry, anytime I hear the phrase leotard, I just think of greatest freakout ever on YouTube. There. The 10th video, the final quote of the 10th video, Steven shouts, "Take your gay leotard and die!" There's a lot of context. Basically, the 10th video is him practicing gymnastics and sucking at it, and then the video ends with him getting nearly drowning in like a ball pit, basically, of like these foam cubes, and then when he gets out, like he rips off like his gymnastics uniform, he just throws it on the ground, runs away. That's what he says. Keep in mind, this was like 2010, so that was the landscape of YouTube back then. That's even older. That's even older YouTube. That video was recorded in the 90s and then uploaded in 2006. Oh, Jetta, I forgot to tell you one thing. I actually made a stepping stone in trying to figure out how the hell Blender works. My big milestone was figuring out how to move the camera. I still have no fucking clue how you pose limbs and all that, so that's a whole rabbit hole. But frickin' now I at least know how to save pictures. But yeah, I don't see myself abandoning SFM. SFM is just so much more user friendly. Oh! Well, I remember trying to read up online, why does Blender have this extremely confusing interface? Why is it so tough to learn? Basically, all the replies saying, anything good is not easy to learn. Yeah, years ago, before using SFM, I used one of the big boy studios, Daz Studio. That had a better interface than Blender. Jado, you were saying. That was my mindset with, there's an open source video editor called OpenShot, which is free, but it's open source. It's the only editor you can use on Steam Deck, and I was trying to use it on Steam Deck just so I could easily, like, compile clips and whatnot. That thing glitches if you make any video longer than, like, 5 minutes. Yeah, because either the audio will cut out completely, or it'll start, the, like, video will start glitching, like, every minute or so. So, my old CS5 Premiere is what I stick to on PC. That just made me think of a trophy from the HD version of God of War 1. It's called Getting My Ass Handed to Me. The way you get it is that you die enough times to get offered to lower the difficulty. And, oh, speaking of the old God of War games, like, God of War 1 and 2 had strong language on the ESRB rating, and yet there's not really any actual cursing in the game. You know why it's called you know why it's labeled strong language? And it's because of the developer commentaries. Yeah, when you listen to the developer commentaries while playing, frickin' they get very heavy with the cursing, apparently. That, or there might be either that or it's a making of featurette. I don't know exactly how it works, because I never tried it, but yeah. Like, I know the greatest hits version of Spider-Man 3 had that, and then, well, in extreme cases, greatest hits versions of games had brand new content. Like Silent Hill 2, the greatest hits version added the extra content from the Xbox version. On another subject, I only have one more live-action remake to go. Mulan. Like, well, no, I don't know if Mulan actually is the worst one, but it's often considered one of the worst. Mm-hmm. And they my understanding is they remove most of the characters, too. It's... Yeah, like, it's so funny that the G-rated animated movie actually did not shy that much away from what the Huns did. They do, yeah, that's in the animated one. Like, you don't see, like, any, like, actual violence or bodies or anything, but, like, it's very clear what happened. That's when the G rating actually, that's back when people actually knew that a G rating could be pushed. Yeah, that, like, Hunchback is a case where I'm surprised it wasn't PG. Yeah. I will say one of the things they did neuter for Hunchback was what exactly Frollo was. In the Disney version, he's a judge. Like, he's basically like the law enforcement. In the original story, he was a priest. So... yeah. So, but yeah, regarding live-action Mulan, it says a lot that my sister's girlfriend, who was, when we were going to pick up Miles during the trip, she was vehemently defending the Lilo and Stitch remake. She had nothing nice to say about the Mulan remake. When... like, and the whole, and like the original movie, like, freaking, the whole idea was that, yeah, she had to pretend to be a man because of Chinese society well, society in general at the time. But, freaking, just because she was pretending to be a man and going off to war, that does not mean she was perfect. Like, she freaking has to struggle like everybody else. On top of that, being worried about being exposed. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm already expecting to give it a half star just on principle, but yeah. Uh, Yeah, and that would make the live-action remake, like, that would make 4 half-stars for the live-action remakes, though frankly, I was very close to giving a half-star to, both Lion King and Alice Through the Looking Glass yesterday. Alice Through the Looking Glass had no reason to exist. It was incredibly dull. Like, I gave it a pass just because, well, Sacha Baron Cohen had, like, personality as, like, time. And... like, freaking... like... basically, the first movie had a point to exist. The second movie, like, they kind of start out a little interesting, like, Alice comes back, like, they continue right where the first one left off, where Alice, like, comes back from, like, seeing the world, and then frickin' she finds out she's still being persecuted for being a woman. Like, they start out a little interesting, they forget about it until the very end. Literally, the entire plot of the movie... oh, Mad Hatter's not happy. I'm gonna travel back in time and make him happy. And yep. Only 2 of the dwarves came back. Don't you mean 2 of the clever boys? Well, no, that's not a Disney movie, though. The Snow White and the Huntsman. But, so, regarding the live-action remakes, people will probably try to tell me, well, the direct-to-video sequels are still worse. Frickin' the direct-to-video sequels had 2 half-stars. The live-action remakes, if Mulan's half-star pans out, it will have 4. Well, keep in mind, a lot of, like, the original movie, I think, is in my top 3. Like, if it's not Hunchback, if Hunchback, like, Hunchback and the original Mulan are, like, contenders for not just my favorite of the Renaissance era, but my favorite Disney movies, period. So, let's just say I'm gonna have, like, that connection, that bias created by that connection factored into why I gave Pinocchio a half-star. So, half. Dumbo I gave half. Like, there was just so much I had to say about what Dumbo got wrong. Like, frickin'... Like, the original Dumbo I did not... Sorry. Yeah, the original Dumbo I already didn't hold in very high regard, but, like, I have no idea what they were thinking with the remake. Like, if I could, like, in both versions, one thing that people don't really talk about a whole lot about both versions, the name Dumbo was an insult. Like, Dumbo's real name in both is supposed to be Jumbo Jr., but then they see his big ears and they're like, huh, Jumbo? They call you Jumbo? They should call you Dumbo! And then, frickin', it's like it's one thing in the remake, in the original, because, like, they just kind of, like, the name just kind of sticks without much purpose. It's just whatever. And then the remake has to put friggin' insane troll logic. So, like, after Dumbo's mom is taken away in the remake, frickin' Nico Parker's character is like, frickin', well, we can't call him Jumbo Jr. anymore. He'll think about his mom. Let's call him Dumbo. When she frickin' knows that the entire fucking crowd fucking bullied him with that name. Yeah, the only salvageable part of the Dumbo remake is Danny DeVito. Yeah. Michael Keaton's wig looked so fake. Alright, I'm not doing good with Blade here. Well, if you keep up the momentum, yeah. Who you calling busted, Buster? I'm just gonna use his gun. Because his gun, it sort of gives off a Winter Soldier vibe to me. Though, with maybe less damage output and more of a clip. Or maybe even Punisher's shotgun, because if I get closer, I think I do more damage. Oh wow, if I hold L2, I could actually block stuff. Oh, hey, frickin', I still got the last rewards from getting orange venom. I didn't even know those were still good. I have 300 of the gold crap. Yeah, same. Oh, wow. Apparently, if I get far enough in the battle pass, I could actually get... If I get enough of the purple crap, frickin' I could actually get enough to where I'd have 650, but it would take a while. Yeah, I think so. I'm trying to remember who did the venom. trying to remember who... I'm trying to think... I'm trying to remember who was the Venom voice in the 90s series. Yeah. The MTV CG one, yeah. Well, it's funny, because if I remember, so Christopher Daniel Barnes voiced Spider-Man Noir in Shattered Dimensions, but his voice didn't really sound like the Spider-Man voice I know Christopher Daniel Barnes would do. Like, it sounded like he, like, tried to make it, like, all dark and edgy and everything, just for Spider-Man Noir's sake. But then, when he voiced 2099 in Edge of Time, he was just doing his normal Spider-Man voice. It was a guy called Dan Gilvezine, I think that's how you say his name. He did the voice in Spider-Man His Amazing Friends in the 80s. So... Josh Keaton, yeah. Yeah. I was just stunned that Val Kilmer, one of the most notoriously difficult actors to work with, agreed to work on a video game. He was apparently very difficult to work with. That was the big reason he didn't come back in Batman and Robin. Holy... Whoa! They actually are playing TMNT at one of my theaters near me. And it looks like they're going till at least Tuesday. Gonna be honest, I may or may not actually think about it. If I saw that on the big screen... Come back here! I'm not finished with you! Damn! Yeah. Why am I making room connections again?
You gain weight. I fail because of my weight.
I wanted to gain weight. I failed because of my weight. Oh. Spectre, does your voice work? No. Watch what? I sadly caved once to that crap. It's when I wanted to play Ghostface in Black Ops. I already got Mortal Kombat 1 to play Ghostface there. Yeah, they did, and also they got him to do the... Like, you know how with Call of Duty skins, they always just pull the voice straight from the movies, like, unedited and everything? Ghostface, they got Roger L. Jackson to record original dialogue. For once. So... What was the way Jado did it in the U-Star video? Oops, I stole Blade. Do you want Blade? Okay. Frickin' tank. Over the... Frickin', when you say Orange Crush, I just think of that one line from the first Michael Bay produced TMNT. watched Sing. Like, there was that huge period on Family Guy when they were getting Frank Sinatra's son as a guest star. Even I don't know if they actually got him to do the voice or if it was just a character, but yeah. Well, Frank Sinatra did have a son, Frank Sinatra Jr. That was who kept appearing on Family Guy. I just don't know if they actually got him to do the voice or if it was just a character. At the mention of AI, I shuddered just because now I'm thinking about frickin' Willy's Chocolate Experience again. The guy behind that shit literally can't do... He is frickin' helpless without... He can't even write a simple paragraph without AI. And, like, in Billy Cole's case, his excuse is that he has dyslexia. Newsflash, people with dyslexia can learn to read and write. Oh, yeah. But using AI for literally everything. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Miles. About to sneeze. Okay. So, to make you a little bit less sympathetic... To to Billy Cole, he apparently got placed on the sex offender registry. Not for... Apparently, it was apparently because he was harassing a girl he liked in DMs and everything, but yeah.
I am ready to put on a show.
But... Now I'm just thinking of the reading of the script from Willy's Chocolate Experience. That one clip that was taken from Teletubbies. It was, oh my god.
Call from 855-791-5025.
was this called again? Like, anytime, like, the Willy Wonka experience, and people don't make this connection, I just think of Ed, Edd n Eddy. Like, looking at pictures of that, it feels like something Eddie would conjure up last minute, trying to scam people for a quarter. Trying to... I mean, the go-to frickin' event convention that ended up being frickin' a waste of money is DashCon. So DashCon was a Tumblr convention. And, like, I mean, it had promise. Like, lots of friends who met each other on Tumblr got to meet each other IRL. Like, that was the whole promise. Frickin' the problem is that the people who were organizing the thing had never organized a convention before, and that became painfully apparent. And also, it didn't help that 2 of the 3 organizers frickin' were helping themselves to a lot of the convention fund, and that got to a point where the convention, the hotel where they booked for the convention was gonna kick them out because those 2 organizers didn't pay the hotel. And frickin' basically those 2 organizers tried to spin it like, oh, we need donations right now or else they're gonna kick us out. They decided, and when they asked why they need the donations, frickin' they came up with a cockamamie story where it's like, oh, the hotel doesn't like us. They don't like Tumblr. And, yeah, frickin' lots of impromptu donations. And later on, when they were promising refunds, yeah, how are they going to refund money that they got impromptu with no record? So, yeah, frickin' probably the most, there is a lot to unpack with DashCon, but long story short, a lot of the promised events did not happen. And, frick it, because lots of the people who were booked for it canceled. And, frickin', there was almost nothing to do with the con other than other than share a single TV, and there was also the frickin' ball pit that lots of the memes focused on. Yeah, the ball pit was DashCon. I mean, the thing is, it was an honest-to-God effort from one of the 3 organizers, but the thing is, she was very young and, very inexperienced. And, I mean, obviously, people will harp on, frickin' the bad aspects of it. I mean, it was mostly bad, but, frickin', it doesn't help that the most popular video of DashCon is from frickin' Internet Historian. I do not like Internet Historian, so... I mean, Internet Historian is a fucking scumbag. The frickin'... The H-Bomber Guy video on YouTube plagiarism, Internet Historian was in that video. He was the only one to get away with it. And frickin'... his fan base is one of the most toxic. So...
weapons are tools, and I'm the master craftsman.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
There's another freaking convention from a freaking big YouTube channel. It was called TanaCon. And the crime of that one is that she booked a small venue and vastly underestimated how many people were going to show up. Apparently the line to get into the con was like well over 3 hours long. And people were out roasting in the sun. The part where I made up my mind to not get Black Ops 6 was when I found out the game now fully requires an internet connection just to function, because in their enduring stupidity of being unable to compress textures and to address complaints of bloated file sizes, their solution was to make you stream the bloated textures. As far as I know, Battlefield 6 will... Well, first of all, they confirmed the single-player campaign's coming back, and they're also doubling down on what 2042 did by letting you fight AI bots. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how I would feel about Battlefield 6's single-player campaign, because Battlefield, most games in the series didn't really have strong campaigns. Yeah. Well, I know Battlefield 3 and 4, I did not feel strongly about the campaigns from a gameplay perspective. Hardline and Battlefield 1 were, like, better from a gameplay perspective, but, like, the stories were still nothing to run home about or anything, so... Yeah, Hardline at least tried with its campaign. Well, it helps that it was developed by the Dead Space people, so, like, they had experience. Overtime. Well, we're almost done anyway, so... Oh, you're leaving now? Okay. Eh. Yeah.
Pick your hero. I'm not judging.
Yeah. Yeah. Eh. Random tangent, but why is it that the Disney live-action remakes like almost never give like cameos to like any of the original voice actors? Well, I know that Little Mermaid also gives as a blink and you'll miss it cameo to Jodie Benson. She's apparently one of the merchants that freaking Ariel encounters like during that long hour stretch where she's just walking around on land. But oh, and then of course freaking Lion King's claim to fame was getting James Earl Jones back from Mufasa, when I know people say it's because he was old and didn't have enough power to his voice anymore. I personally just think he was bored. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know, freaking, it just hit me, the only season of I own of Star Wars Rebels on Blu-ray is the second season, and that's the one where you have the Ahsoka Darth Vader fight. Yeah, like, during that scene where, like, Ahsoka breaks Darth Vader's mask, like, it's like a mix of Matt Lanter and James Earl Jones. I need to find out if I can get the other Rebels seasons on Blu-ray. I know you can, I just hope they're not being scalped. Yeah. So they certainly are scalping Clone Wars, mainly Season 5. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. So for... Um... I'm taking a quick look at Rebels Blu-rays on eBay. From what, like, taking a quick glance, it seems they're not too bad. Yeah. Well, I have not watched Selma. I imagine, yeah. Yep. Of course. Frickin'... So, because Jada brought up his library movies, the ones I got, like, just to say for the stream, they were Brothers Grimsby, Spy Who Dumped Me, and frickin' Happy Death Day 2. Like, that's the theme I'm going at the library. Frickin' movies that I'm curious about, but not enough to want to buy them. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or I torture friends with stuff I just find on YouTube. Stuff like the animated Titanics and Dougal. And Baby Huey. Where'd you get Morbius from? And it's freaking warbled and everything. Yeah. On PS4, they should have. I think they did. Yeah. 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 You too. Bye.